Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed, enjoying life wherever you are. This is a kind of tardy Pisces read for my fire signs. So I am filming on the 3rd of March. It is tardy technically as it is Pisces season. We're celebrating the last season of the year. Pisces is the elder of the the zodiac wheel, excuse me. So lots of big changes coming in for everyone. I am filming the day of the lunar eclipses. This is a Mercury retrograde, and I am mercurial. So if I mess up on your read, if I stutter or I have a glitch, I'll explain it. You just have to bear with me. Okay, fire signs. If you do have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries highly aspected, this read is likely for you. Hope you're well blessed, enjoying life wherever you are. Let's check out what's good and what is hidden on the Sun and Moon Tarot. All right, my beautiful fire signs. We are going to use, I've got a lot of big changes coming up, but I got some of my old cards actually out of storage. I'm very excited to be using them again on my channel. They have been in storage for well over a year at least. And so none of them have the post YouTube nudity crackdown covers, so I'm going to try to use my other decks to cover them. If I forget, I'm sorry. I do not think that I have any child viewers, and I also beg you to recognize that tarot readers don't look at the nudity in the card and think, oh, nudity. We're thinking about the definition of the card and the read. I don't understand why people go that far with this, but I guess it just depends on your beliefs, right? And I'm not here to judge anybody's beliefs. You can think whatever you wish. I'm not here to judge you. Okay. My beautiful fire signs. Let's go ahead and try to get into your read. I'm sorry, I'm throwing cards everywhere. I think I said all of the information that I wanted to say. 1 o'clock. Nice. Besides, I'm praying for some really positive energy for this read. I'm praying to not connect with any fire signs that are kind of in the reverse or are just not living their best life. I'm trying to pray to get reads for good people. Okay? Okay. So, we're going to use the old Rider-Waite tarot deck. Of course, because I'm moving again, my layout is yet again off, but I will get there. Don't be upset. We'll get there, y'all. We'll find a layout that we like. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay. Okay, so for our reads, if you're new or you don't remember or whatever, no big deal. For my channel, ultimately, I'm not taking those. Fuck you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I never curse. I just got a bunch of cards, so it was way too many, and I'm just not about it, okay? It's way too many for this early on. Okay, we're gonna get on track. There are 3 rows in your read. The first row is your recent past. The second row is your current energy. The third row is your future. I usually say that these are timeless. You can use them. You can watch them whenever. You can utilize them whenever you feel the need. If you feel called to watch something, I usually think that there's a reason. Now, if you don't, that's also okay. Typically, this is going to be in terms of season. So this is going to be the end-ish of Aquarius season. This is going to be the beginning-ish of Pisces season. And then, of course, you do have finally, being told no. Weird, but okay. Then the bottom row for your future is kind of officially the end of the year. Sometimes I like to say it's going into Aries season, but I feel like I should tell you that it's most likely the end of Pisces season is going to be the future. So the bottom of the deck is going to hold the overall. I keep getting too many cards. It literally just keeps throwing out 6 or 7. You need 3 to be clear. Okay, thank you so much, fire signs, for your patience. The bottom of the deck is going to hold the overall energy for your read. Okay, that's going to be your story, theme. Oh my gosh, that is the most atrocious layout I have ever hands-on not looked and done, I think, ever. It's bad. I just glanced at the camera for the first time and it's bad. Oh my. Okay. Let's try and fix it here. Let's see how we're doing. Don't hate it, don't love it. What do y'all think? Tell me in the comments. Okay. I'm always open to your ideas. I did purchase the microphone because one of my viewers said they had a hard time hearing me. And I do agree, actually. It very much helps. So I do appreciate the constructive criticism so I get better, of course. If you have any, I don't mind. Okay, fire signs, back on track. Because this is kind of a tardy read, that's why my intro is so dang long, 555 on the clock. Good change is coming. I pray for everyone. Now, I say that, and we glance down at your cards. Fire signs, you've had quite the string of drama. You've had some drama going on in your life, we could say. We could say that a lot of the fire signs are going through, they've had a dramatic year, you could say. Now, the bottom of the deck, the theme for your story, okay, is the Four of Pentacles. It is you going through a moment of, sometimes because of frugality, of course, being like very aware of your money habits and your spending habits. Sometimes it's just being very clear on that and your money security and how to conserve and where and why you need to do that to save. In general, right? In general, why you need to be doing that. Sorry, excuse me. I had like a moment. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Okay. So, fire signs. The theme here is being focused on that. I'm always shocked when I get like a... Never mind, that doesn't matter. It's interesting that you have an earth theme here for the end of the year, fire signs. Very focused on how to save money and where to conserve and why is a big thing with this card. All right, we're going to get into your read, fire signs, I swear. Six of Cups in reverse, Eight of Wands, and the Justice card. A Libra could be of significance. The Six of Cups in reverse, it's moving forward, it's leaving home, it's independence, it's in the recent past. So, and the Eight of Wands is taking rapid action. Okay, it's quick, passionate movement that is just very fast movement on this decision. Saving your money to do so, trying to figure out where to like create independence and how, if you haven't been in the past. And you have a lot of you are going through breakups or toxicity, so that's not really a surprise that that's there. The Justice card is the major arcana for this final row, so being very clear. I would like to say, I'm not supposed to say that. Well, fine. Let's do the definitions instead. I can't believe I'm not allowed to say that. Fine. The Justice card, by definition, okay, is that better? Is truth, fairness, law, clarity, and it's cause and effect. Sometimes. It's not always the universal law, per se, but it can be. And so there might be like a level of I'm not trying to sound judgmental or like I have some sort of like bid in this, because I don't. I hope you're all doing like best by yourselves and others. But there's some form of like I can do it on my own and making actions to try to do it on your own and realizing possibly how much you have not done on your own. And being very clear on that, like all of a sudden, like, oh, like independence is going to be a lot of stuff that I didn't realize, you know, and that's okay. Like, if you want independence, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with recognizing that you might have to do a little bit more than you thought. Because if you made this plan, you can do it. You can stick to this plan. You can leave home. You can claim your independence. Okay? You can make those rapid, quick changes of cause and effect to really, I'm not supposed to say that. Fine. Why? Why are you being so weird about that? Oh, I see. Okay. I see. Okay. So you're becoming, I'm sorry, that's why they're being pushy about this. They want me to use this as a clarity card. Clarity. This means clarity that you're doing the right thing with in terms of rapid action. You're recognizing that you create independence when you are more frugal, when you are more self-sufficient, and you're like learning, okay, well, this clarifies this, and if I keep doing it, then inevitably good things will prosper, right? Will grow. That's the plan you've got going. If this is going to resonate for you, fire signs, you made the plan for independence, you're moving forward quickly with it, you're making clarity in terms of how to create security for yourself and that independence that you wish, right? To not depend on anyone else anymore in your current energy. You have kind of, it's a lot of big energy, I'll say. You've got a major, a 10, and an ace, which is a big deal. Fire, air, so that's passion, logic, and spirit. Does that make sense in terms of alchemy? So you, and earth, technically. Oh, that's really neat. I like that. Okay. So in the third dimension, even though there's a lot that's hidden about what is your burden, you're becoming very clear on it. Just again, that repeated, but this is the current energy. So in the recent past, you started making those steps. In the current energy, right, because it's your overall theme, you're still focusing on how that security plays out. If you're keeping this frugal mindset of how can I save and where and how can I provide for myself, right? You're finding things that might be and of course, I really dig that the moon came out because it is Pisces or Cancer typically, and most often it's used as a Pisces card, and this is Pisces season. So not only could a Pisces be of significance, but it's most likely just a representation of this being the current season, right? Just a neat little note that this is Pisces season. There's a lot that's hidden. This moon eclipse, this blood moon eclipse was all about, because it was Virgo, right? It was all about what is hidden in the third dimension, what is not creating chaos, but showing where chaos has been hidden. And, so that might be something for you, fire signs, where you might be recognizing where you are becoming attuned to things that you just weren't before. There's a lot that's hidden here where it's becoming clear. Like it's just a level up in terms of this first message where you're with burdens and accomplishment and true responsibility with this 10 of wands, okay, 10 of fire. In the third dimension, this shows up as you being very passionate regardless of what is hidden and becoming very focused on that logical energy of how do I cut through the fog. And of course, with the Ace of Swords being a gift from the universe of breakthrough clarity and sharpness of mind, so you have double clarity. See my point? You have the major arcana for clarity, and you also have the Ace of Clarity, which is like, it's just like it just absolutely symbolizes you being able to cut through whatever it is before where you thought you couldn't, and you being able to be more independent and self-sufficient, which is beautiful for everyone. Everyone needs that, right? You should be self-sufficient. You should be dependent on others, if you don't have to be. If it's not actually a need, you shouldn't be dependent on others. That's the thing. And you might be coming very clear as to, I'm not trying to say harsh words. I'm trying to just be clear that you might recognize, and in the future you're gonna recognize, like, where people did things for you, why they did it for you, where they showed you humility, and why, out of just simply like unconditional love, they dealt with your shit. And they're no longer willing to do that. Like, this is, the independence is there because it has to be. Like, there's been a blow up. You know how many people are going through breakups and divorces and stuff right now. There's just like a clarity of, in terms of what isn't necessarily supposed to be together anymore going on. And so a lot of people are kind of going through foundational shifts. We're going to get to that in your future, okay? I am going to check the layout. Hold on, I gotta stand up real quick. Okay, thank you. Oh, we're 16 minutes in. Fire signs, I hope you enjoy the content. The full moons make me chatty also. Regardless of the retrograde and me being a mercurial being, I'm still like chatty. It's more so that like my connectivity is off. So sometimes my chattiness is unwired. If you know me, you know what I mean. And if you don't, that's okay. I don't care. All right. Fire signs, for your future, you got a bit of a rough one ahead. I'm not trying to be mean, but I also don't love to sugarcoat on my channel. The Tower is a major arcana. I do invite you to recognize that you have a major arcana in every row. That during this Pisces season, extra clarity comes to you, and that at the end of the year and potentially moving into Aries season, I will clarify, but there's a lot of change, right? Because you did make this choice to declare independence, to move forward, and to start taking on your own responsibilities that you should have been taking, that most of you should have probably been doing on your own anyway. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, if you've been taking advantage of people, then this is gonna hit harder, because you're recognizing how much someone did for you out of unconditional love, and you've already lost that person, and there's like 100% no coming back, and you just didn't actually, you like literally just were not clear on how much they did for you and how much love they had for you until you lost them. That's that kind of energy, is becoming clear on it and recognizing how you need to stand on your own, because you do, and you should be trying to do that, right? And if so, this Tower card is going to depend on your level of like independence before this, okay? So before you declared your independence, at the end of Aquarius season or during Aquarius season or whatever, this, were you already doing things on your own? Were you still taking advantage of someone? Were you, etc., etc.? So if you were already being equal with your partner and you're walking away because you're not happy, you know, that's going to be very different for you. This is going to show up as just a shift of like, they're no longer in your life, but like you see where the lessons are, right? If you're someone that takes advantage, it's different, because this is going to be much more painful and much more significant and much more burdensome, because you didn't realize how much that person did for you and you weren't grateful, and you haven't been making the changes to adapt because they were still doing everything, you know what I mean? Like, they were still kind of parenting you, and they shouldn't have been. If you're in that type of relationship, this Tower is going to be significant. It's going to be a shift that rocks you, because regardless of how secure you've been, how frugal you've been, etc., etc., I'm not trying to scare you. I don't know that it's a bill coming in. I don't know that it's something like that. Shoot, I'm really not trying to make you guys uncomfortable, but um, the Tower is not always a good card, but it's often, I often like to make sure that people recognize that it's not always a bad card too. It really is just a big card. Foundational shift means a big door closing, something that was significant, that will hurt when you pull it from your mental picture, regardless of how you've pretended like it didn't matter, how you told yourself it didn't matter, how you told others it didn't matter, whatever. It mattered. And so this is going to be that shift. You feeling the foundational shift as the change really does take place. So it will be upheaval and disaster if you weren't prepping. Does that make sense? It will be very bad if you don't have like a support system in place, if you don't have things to work in your favor, if there's something going on where you're not being secure or something, you're not actually following this per se, you're not learning the lessons, or etc. It will make this much more disastrous and huge and painful. And the Knight of Pentacles is ambition, desire, diligence, craving, new venture. And the Nine of Swords, unfortunately, really feeling logically like anxiety, depression, and hopelessness and trauma. So, again, it's going to vary on how you have shown up, you know. But for some of you, this is just a small end of recognizing, you know, like, we had a good partnership and I did what I could and whatever, and now I'm anxious and sad because there's some losses that are coming with it. But on a bigger end, it's harsher for you because it, again, it really does depend on if you acknowledged how much this person or these people did for you. Because like if you told them all the time that they don't do anything for you and that they're and like, you know what I mean, like if you never recognized it, I'm not trying to be like judgy, I'm just saying, like, if you really never, like, in your conscious mind, not your subconscious, your conscious mind, if you never came to terms with what this person was doing just to maintain the norm in your lives, you're recognizing that now because you just let them do it all, and you didn't realize, I don't think, how much they were doing for you until they did finally stop. And it's going to potentially cause some, like, it's going to vary. I'm not trying to doom and gloom you. It's going to vary for all of you. If you prepared, it'll be okay. It might just be you feeling the pain and feeling a little bit of like, almost like you were traumatized. That's too many cards for clarifying. Please do not. I want one card, please. I literally want one card. That's two? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Haha, one. Okay. Wait. I'm sorry. Okay. I am a child. I will admit it. I am a little bit childish and I laugh at things that I want to laugh at, and I'm going to keep doing it. This card is making me laugh a lot lately because of just reads in general. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at you, but it's funny that this popped up. Okay, fire signs. I don't know why for clarification, you got, oh my, oh my, oh, okay, we're gonna pull one more. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Oh my, 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 oh my. Okay. did we potentially did we potentially step into a new I'm sorry, I should not be like snickering. I'm such an air sign. Okay. So the Page of Cups in reverse, by definition, represents insecurity, disappointment, and emotional immaturity. And the Ace of Wands is your get down card. So it's your like I'm trying to laugh at you guys. Do not have sex to like lift your mood. That's a fire sign thing to do, is to go be creatively passionate, to blow off steam. It's going to make you look emotionally immature. It's going to make you look like just insecure. It's going to make you look like a disappointment to whoever you get with. Don't do that. You're wonderful fire signs. You need to breathe and heal from whatever is going on in your life. I'm not trying to judge you. If you want to do this, you can do this. I'm just warning you. You're gonna like, there's gonna be a level of like judgment. Like, it's gonna be apparent to everyone involved that you're being emotionally immature with whatever. I'm so sorry that I laugh like a child now when I see the Ace of Wands. I literally start snickering like a teenager that's like just learning about sex. It's just funny to me that that card is like that, and it does mean that. It's also like, because like I'm not trying to be extra, but you could argue that the sword is also a phallic symbol, but it's not. It's just Ace of Wands, like in terms of that energy. And that's why it's funny to me, because also it's funny because air signs are logical. They are not, like, they can also be sexual. But I don't mean it like that. Every sign can be sexual. It's just that, like, at a base, right? Like, we're very logical, whereas at a base, fire signs are very, like, sexual and obsessed with like creative passion. And so you all, like literally all three signs, tend to use sex as a blow off when you're stressed. Um, and if you're clear with your partners, I'm sure that it will not necessarily seem like this. But if you're not honest and stuff, then it's going to seem as you are emotionally immature and insecure and just kind of like selfish if you go jump into stuff and you're not honest. I'm so sorry that I laughed so hard about the Ace of Wands. I'm still gonna keep acting like a teenager and snickering about it because of other reasons. Anyway, it's just that you, I'm not telling you to not go like do your thing. It's just that like this is like you getting someone pregnant on accident that you would never want to be with, because you wanted to like have someone in bed with you for a little bit because you don't want to be alone. And like what? Like, why would you do that? I can't imagine. I mean, air signs can be wild, but I just can't imagine an air sign doing that in comparison to a fire sign. I know I'm being kind of judgy about the signs right now, which I'm really sorry. I'm gonna take that back. We're done with that. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be comparing and being rude and selfish on the fire sign video. Well, you guys are going through stuff. That's very mean. You can tell. You can totally. You can tell that. You can tell that even when I pray to not pick up his energy, that it still comes through a little bit. I'm just saying. I know you're trying, and I appreciate all my guides, truly. But you can definitely tell. I gotta work on that. I feel like this read was better, y'all. I feel like this has been the best read in like a year, like in a solid year, where I'm not just straight up calling him out. I'm sorry to admit that, but it's not intentional, and I can't help what like I pull. And because like I know what fire signs are going through because of who's in my life, sometimes it's hard to ignore what fire signs cause in terms of chaos when they feel like they're in the right, because they're so passionate. They just don't, that's their energy format, so they start to create. and to go with action and to start the project and to do the thing and to start the new relationship and to this and then that, and they start with good intent. They always do. Fire signs literally start everything with good intent. It's just that, do you have the follow through? And are you setting others up for disappointment when you do not have the follow through, and you are now creating things with them that you do not have the follow through to actually like pursue? So inevitably it's going to fall on them and they're going to be upset. Can you hear that maybe? Is that nice enough for you? Does that seem like fair? That you probably should just like, I'm not saying that you can't go have flings and stuff, but like you need to be clear with whoever you're having flings with that it's a fling, that you're not like looking, you know what I mean? Unless you are trying to date the person. But don't be immature and like, it's just going to create chaos if you do that. Not in a good way. Like, not in a good way. It's not better to be emotionally immature. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but don't say that. Fine. Y'all can do whatever you want during this beautiful season. I hope you enjoyed your read. This is so long. 111. Oh my god, this is so long. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you do make the right choices to avoid the pitfalls, because if you're jumping from clarity to clarity, this is not going to be that bad. And then this maybe won't be so bad. Hopefully. I'm so sorry that I laugh like a child, but it's funny to me that those are your clarifying cards. It's like literally fire signs don't go jumping in and out of beds just so you get your like insecurity out. Just like your ego is fucking you over and it's gonna make you look bad. I'm so sorry to say it like that, but it's true. Like that's what's gonna happen. If you're just doing whatever, then it's not gonna go better for you per se. But you can still do whatever you want. If like that's how you know, never mind. I'm not going to try to be like a counselor right now. I think that you should all consider meditating and praying and continuing to figure out what you're learning in terms of clarity. And if you I'm not trying to get people to like spill the tea, but if you do that, comment. If you're a fire sign that does in fact do stuff like that, please comment, because you and I both know that you do. Okay, all right. I love you all so much, and I hope you have a beautiful season. I'll see you in the next one.